Ang problema namin, specific na, inano namin kasi because we are talking about accessible mobility for all. Ang ano dito, ang pinakakonsepto is universal. Dapat applicable siya sa mga taong may mga edad, sa mga babaeng buntis, sa mga bata, at sa mga taong may kapansanan. Okay? So ganito po ito, no? Ang history ng accessibility when we talk about road traffic, road access, access for all sa road na ito, as early as 1982, there was already a law passed by the Congress, and the law is called BP 344. So 1982 ito. Unfortunately, we are now in the millennium, and it's 2014 this year. Medyo mahina po yung implementation. Kasi yung pinag-uusapan dito sa access mobility is all about yung BP 344. If only the government agency is concerned na ini-implement itong batas na itong BP 344, mas mahihasten, mas mapapadali yung proseso ng access for all, accessibility doon sa paggamit ng tamang paggamit ng daan at may enjoy ng taong bayan. Yun kasi ang point ng di ba po? Ito, nagpa-participate kami people with disabilities here because once and for all, we would like to tell everyone na hindi nai-implement ang batas, so hindi namin nai-enjoy, specifically, people on wheelchair, people that uses wheelchair, people who have problem with their visual faculties, people with the hearing impairment, hindi nila mai-enjoy yung road na siyempre I'm sure marami po sa atin dito nakakapunta rin po sa ibang bansa na napaka-grabe, no, naglalakad ka sa kalsada, may serenity, that there is peace of mind na we can never ever achieve dito sa ating bansa. Pag maglalakad ka sa mga kalye ng like for example ng Australia, di ba? Maski na ng Singapore sa Asia, meron kang peace of mind. Parang ang ganda-ganda, di ba? Before going to the university, because nag-aaral ka, before going to work, naglalakad ka sa maski na sa Singapore, mayroong on your right, grabe yung greeneries, di ba? Yung greens. Grabe yung discipline sa traffic, and people are enjoying it. Maski na sa sidewalk, may mga nagta-tai chi. Pero dito sa atin, unfortunately, wala. In some other Asian countries, yung access on, like yung bike usage sa mga kalsada, maraming ang gaganda ng mga practices. Except that doon sa ibang like yung mga Vietnam, nakakatakot dahil yung mga motorsiklo talagang namumutakta, kumbaga sa teaming with motorcycles. Anyway, yung bali, pinaka-main purpose natin dito is that sana yung maski na konting konti lang na mga ideal o yung mga success stories, sana makopya natin. So, at this point, I would like to present to you, napakalaki ng problema namin sa sektor. Okay? Yung unang-una na lang, unang-una sa transportation, sa bus. Ano yung mga problema po namin sa bus? Unang-una, ang mga buses natin dito ay hindi accessible, 100%. 101% of the buses in the Philippines are not accessible. One, may mga steps ang tatas, di ba? Especially yung mga provincial buses. Doon hindi ka na talaga makakasakay eh. Ang ibig sabihin doon, makukonfine na lang ang disabled doon sa bahay or any places na pwede siyang isakay dito sa Metro Manila. Pero going out of Metro Manila, medyo talagang struggle na yan. Another thing, yung mga yung mga spaces for buses, wala talagang para sa wheelchair. Di ba na-notice nyo? Doon lang sa front seat, tapos hindi pa yan ini-implement mismo ng driver and yung conductor. Hindi nila ini-implement yan. So kung sino lang umupo dyan, tapos siyempre ikaw ngayon aakit ka, may kapansanan ka o elderly ka, parang magiging kontrabida kayo ng isang nakakaasar sa lahat eh. Magiging kontrabida ka sa right mo. Kailan ba nagkaroon ng issue yung right na nagiging kontrabida ka because you are demanding your right? Di ba? So anyway, yun yung isang problema namin. Talagang wala kaming enjoyment sa accessibility. Okay. Sa bus, maliban doon, napaka-insensitive ng mga drivers and mga konduktor. Napaka-insensitive nila. So, ako, ang ginagawa ko, just to put the message across, just to advocate for people on wheelchair, people with visual impairment, or people with blindness, people with the hearing difficulties or deaf. Diba so i-demand ko, sabihin ko, ito kasi sa upuan lang, pwede pa vacate yan? Kasi may aakit na elderly, o kaya kasunod ko elderly, makikipag-away. Ganun kaya minsan pasensya na po kayo. May passionate lang talaga ako, hindi ako nang-aaway. I'm just passionate na i-implement talaga itong mga batas na ito. Kasi nga mahirap maging kontrabida, hindi ka magiging love ng taong bayan kasi ang bida lang talaga yung nila-love eh. Ganun din ang usapin sa kalsada. Hindi tayo kontrabida, we are just trying to tell the people to respect, di ba? To respect yung dignity on using the road. Kasi there is always dignity in our life. Eh. Yun ang inaano namin, doon kami naka-anchor, there is always dignity. In everything that we do, in everything that we use, there is always dignity. Yun ang mensahe for me, nung accessible mobility. Accessible mobility. It's all about dignity. Okay. Sinasabi ko na rin yung konting yung dapat mayroong hindi pala well oriented ang mga bus companies. Tsaka maraming yung mga colorum na wala silang pakialam sa ganun sa rules, hindi sila sumusunod sa rules. Okay, sa taxi, ang usual problem namin, kinokontrata. O kaya talagang totally, wala na, hindi ka natitigilan, titignan ka lang. Buti pa yung iba, nagtatanong saan ka. Kasi pag nakitang ganon, na hindi na siya. Pero marami rin naman taxi na pag nakita nila yung sitwasyon, bababa pa yan, kukunin nila, di ba? Tayo kasi, we always dream of yung talagang yung tao o yung isa ating bansa ay very conscious, no? Very understanding sa sitwasyon. Sa bagay, inaamin din po namin, hindi lang naman sa Pilipinas ganito, sa ibang bansa rin marami pa rin talagang ay hindi nakakaunawa. Pero anyway, itong problema pa rito sa taxi contracting o kaya i-reject ka outright, napapamahal lalo yung yung mga nasa wheelchair. Kasi di ba pag nireject ka na, kasi you're running out of time, makikiusap ka ngayon. Sige, dadagdag na lang ako ng 100, 200. Kaya yung sweldo, ito po nga pala, hindi pa pala nakukonsider to sa statistics, hindi pa nila pinapalabas to, that more than 50% of the income of people working in, like for example in Makati, na naka-wheelchair, almost 60% of their salary goes to the transportation. Where is now the dignity? Kasi di ba kailangan may mas marami kang savings because you would like to have a dignified life. You can buy good clothes, di ba? Hindi na ito, are we talking about just dreaming for the rest of our lives? Are we talking about wala lang, every time magkaroon ng forum na ganito, sasabihin lang namin yung piece namin, and then after that, wala na. And everything will become rhetorics, lip service, di ba? And I would like, at this point, I would like to appeal. So, nasa local government actually. Kaya lang, ewan ko pa, gusto ko na maiyak. Kasi ang tagal na ng struggle, 1982. Buti nga, meron nga group na yung Ateneo na ito, na program na ito eh. Oh, I am. Anyway, so ganun problema namin, tapos hindi insensitive din yung mga jeepney drivers. Halos ayaw ka nga nilang tingnan. At pag nakita ka nilang ganun sitwasyon mo, hindi ka nila bibigyan ng discount. Pero wala yun, hindi yun ibang usapin yun eh. Anyway, sa barko naman, ang problema namin sa barko, number one is not accessible ang mga toilets. From the pier, going up to the boat, wala na, hindi na accessible. Nakita nyo ba kung paano? Aakyat ka lalakad tutuloy ka sa andamyo, aakyat ka sa may hagdanan, tapos kung ang andamyo, pag tinutulak mo yung naka-wheelchair, konting na lang, mahuhulog na sa dagat, na alam niyo naman sa North Harbor, napakadumi. Anyway, sinasabi nila palagi that they are trying their best. Pero tingnan niyo na lang sa terminal na lang, yung step number 1. Yung terminal, pagdating nung taong may kapansanan sa terminal, wala na. Yung toilet hindi accessible. So napaka-worst para tayong nasa isang liblib na lugar sa Africa or sa India. Okay, sa train, problema, hindi siya accessible again because for 5 years now, out of order ang mga elevator ng mga MRT stations. Kung mga engineers natin dito ay in demand sa ibang bansa at napakagaling, nag-aral sa Universidad ng Pilipinas, sa Ateneo University, pero hindi maayos ng 5 taon yung hindi yun about the skills of the people, but the attitude of the management of MRT. Yun ang problema dun eh. Tapos yung gano'n na nga, wala nang elevator, bubuhatin nila mali-mali pa yung buhat. At pag nakita nila yung pila gano'n talagang papalakarin nila. Parang natutuwa pa sila sa itsura. So gano'n no, hindi siya definitely accessible. Sidewalk, alam niyo yung sitwasyon because you're practically majority of us here are bikers. Nakita niyo naman yung road na yung kunyari yung main road na lang, yung near the sidewalk hindi na maganda eh. Yung sidewalk pa kaya. Parang gano'n. So, sa biker kasi, pwede ka mag-escape dun sa danger eh. Kapag kunyari, ganyan, biglang mayroon rumaragas sa sasakyan, pwede kang umakyat sa gutter eh. And then just continue your biking. Pero you cannot do that here in the Philippines. Diyan lang sa veterans eh, yung sidewalk dyan, grabe yung mga manhole dyan eh. Kung hindi man nakababa yung cover ng manhole, di ba kung gabi nagbabay ka dyan, ikot ka dyan eh. Isipin mo ngayon kung nasa wheelchair ka. At yung may visual impairment yung nagtutulak sa'yo. Kasi usually may ganun eh. May mga visual impaired na nagtutulak, nag-a-assist kasi kami lang magkakasama eh. So kami lang magtutulungan. So ganoon, siyempre magsisemplangan yan. Yung dating bulag, ngayon meron na ang kapansanan sa paglalakad, napilay na. Puro karagdagang disability ang dinudulot ng kalsada sa Pilipinas. Yun ang totoong istorya. Okay, sa terminals and airports. Sa airport, and I would like to mention this specifically, the management of Cebu Pacific, 5 beses pinababa ang mga taong may kapansanan dyan because of their disability. Isang pinakamabigat nun dahil 2 bata na mayroong intellectual disability, pinababa nila. Yung latest ngayon dahil sa psoriasis which is not contagious or communicable, pinababa rin nila yon. Pinakuha ng medical certificate. Mag-i-enjoy ba kami sa transportation system sa Pilipinas? Of course not. Makikipag-away kami. Yun ang totoong istorya, makikipag-away kami. Pero huwag kayong mag-alala, passionate lang talaga kami pag nagsasalita, but we do not mean any harm. Hindi kami mga revolusyonaryong makikipagbari lang para lang i-push yung namin, what is in our mind, what we believe is right. Pero just allow us to be passionate about this. Para lang to put across our messages. Okay, so anyway, sa airport hindi accessible, hindi disabled friendly yung mga toilets, of course disabled friendly, pero masyadong sabi nga sa Ilonggo, hapaw. Very superficial yung accessibility. Lahat na yata ng ginawa nilang accessibility sa Pilipinas ay lahat ay superficial. Wala talaga yung meaning coming from the heart. That I am an engineer and architect, that I'm going to really implement the real essence of the law. Wala po yung ganon. Hindi ko po sinisisi kung saan yun. Ang sinisisi ko dito is that yung awareness kasi hindi pa ganon din ka maski na napakatagal na ng aming pinag-uusapan. Okay. So anyway, ang mga reasons bakit nagkakaganito itong mga ito dahil sa lack of knowledge at sensitivity. Now, apparently, ang government agency is concerned with our concerns and issues. Parang hindi siya parang hindi siya masyado siniseryoso. Tapos parang outdated na yung module on sensitivity. Sabagay outmodel na kasi nga meron ng DET, Disability Empowerment Training. Medyo yun ang updated. So, siguro dapat medyo mayroong konting programa for this. Kasi alam ko orientation, parang marketing lang to eh. Kulang lang kami sa marketing, kumbaga. Okay, non-partial implementation of accessibility law. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina. Bakit nangyayari itong mga ito? Dahil non-implementation or partial implementation. Ito nga parang yung proyekto parang rhetoric lang, parang lip service lang. Makikita mo konkreto may semento pero parang lip service lang. Sabi ko superficial. Now, how are we going to make this a really deep, deep talaga na sumasagad sa bone? Forum like this, ito yung pwedeng venue because dito, hindi masyado yung government. Kasi sa government, whether we like it or not, may bureaucracy talaga eh. Dito, there's no bureaucracy here. So dito mas effective siguro, kaya nga sabi may social impact. Of course meron kapag NGO ang gumawa. So I hope this body will really mainstream our concern, especially on transportation. Kasi ang nga rito, sabi nga namin, Ang sabi namin, dahil sa problemang ito, ang sinasabi namin, dahil nga, ikukontratahin ka, hindi ka makasakay, time consuming. Di ba? Hindi ka na madidelay ka na sa pupuntahan mo. Anong ibig sabihin? Economic ang mangyayari dito. Mawawalan ka ng income because you are not going, you will not be able to go to your workplace to earn your money, to earn your minimum wage. Okay? Kasi wala na, hindi ka na papasakay. Pangalawa, kukontratahin ka pa. So if you're earning 350 or 450 minimum wage in a day, wala na. Alam niyo kung magkano sinisigil ang mga driver? Alam niyo kung magkano nagbinabayad na sa taxi sa isang biyahean? 300, 400, 200, pinakamababa na yung 200, babalik ka pa. Diyos ko, hindi ko maintindihan kung paano gagawin. Anyway, yung, yan, nakalagay nga rito, no, higher expenses, tapos less na ang productivity kasi hindi ka na nga makakapagtrabaho. Siyempre, less income, sinabi ko yung high cost, walang safety, and transportation sa Pilipinas, hindi ka safe talaga. Even the drivers, they are really very ignorant on how to drive exactly. Kasi dito ang problema sa atin sa Pilipinas, nakapa-atras abante, driver ka na eh. Pero yung distance like 30 meters away from the place na magta-turn right ka, dapat nag-aano ka na eh, 30 meters away, nag-signal light ka na eh. Ginagawa ba dito? Pedestrian lane, tumatawid na ka-wheelchair, matanda, gigit-gitin ka pa. Pag sinita mo, sasabihin, abogado ko. Alam ko ang batas, bakit hindi mo alam yung universal law? Di ba? Yung basic lang na pedestrian lane, hindi. Walang nag-o-honor nun. Okay. So walang convenience, walang comfort, hindi safe. Yan ang problema natin sa Pilipinas. Sa aming mga disabled, pero ito lang, I just would like you to leave you this note. Whether all of us here, whether we like it or not, magiging disabled din tayong lahat. Unang-una, bababa ang visual capacity mo and yung physical capacity. Then that's very normal. We are going to be intellectually disabled din kasi magiging malilimutin na tayo eh. Now, before mangyari yon, sana maging sensitive talaga yung lahat ng sektor sa Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po.
Ang problema is paano nga natin sila matutulungan at anong klaseng proyekto ang kailangan natin gawin para may sulong yung kanilang advokasya. At napakarami naman ng kanilang strategies na pwedeng gawin. Yung advocacy in multi-sectoral forums like this. Yung pag-member nila ng Inclusive Mobility Network, I think is one good strategy. Pwede mo ring habulin lahat yung mga people's councils, yung lahat ng mga consultative assemblies ng government. That's one strategy. Lahat ng forum, which is what they're already doing. Another way of doing it is exactly what Sheila Lane has done. Call attention to the insensitivity and inadequacy by doing PWD access audit. So, actually, meron kaming video dyan sa Inclusive Mobility Network, Sheila Lane, together with Tina Velasco, and sino ba yung kasama nyo? Si Raleigh. Sinubukan nila yung PNR. Di ba? Magmula sa bahay, nagpunta sa PNR, pumasok sa estasyon. So, while doing that, bini-video nilang lahat kung ano yung tama, ano yung mali. Nung nakasakay na siya doon sa yung pakuha ng ticket, kung magalang ba o may diskriminasyon ba. Nung nasa loob na siya ng tren, pag-andar ng tren, biglang gumugulong yung wheelchair niya kasi walang stopper eh. Di ba? Walang nakahandang facilities para doon sa wheelchair. Paano mo isasakay yung wheelchair sa tren ng PNR? Di ba? So, that's the only way, step by step, para ma-identify mo kung ano ang kailangan baguhin. And parang sinasabi natin, iba yung nakikita mo kung nakasakay ka sa kotse, iba yung nakikita mo kung nakasakay ka sa tren, kaysa doon sa nakabisikleta ka at sa naglalakad ka. Yung naglalakad ka, kita mo lahat. Pag nakabisikleta ka, it's good for tourist viewing of a place, di ba? Kung nakasakay sa kotse, wala kang makikita halos, mga billboards lang. So, ang sinasabi natin is, PWD access audit might be a very good way of identifying where improvement needs to be done and very systematically listing them and enumerating them for agencies to do. In other words, checklist. Okay, ngayon, we are in anecdote mode. Di ba? Sensitization. Kinukwento natin. Pero ang kailangan gawin, ilista mo. Aling elevator sa LRT ang hindi umaandar? Di ba? Kailangan mo sabihin, Recto, Belmonte, Betigo Belmonte, mga ganun. And aling CR ang hindi papasukan, identify mo. And then after 2 months, balikan mo ulit. Nagagamit na ba? Hindi. Hindi pa. Oh, hindi. So, mga ganun.
I personally talked to Mr. Bitangkol.
Okay.
So after 1 year, wala pa rin.
Wala pa rin. So anyway, but we just keep pushing and then using gaya nga nung Inclusive Mobility Network. Ang sinasabi nila is, well, you try to clone yourself and increase the force with which you present your idea. So organizations should help do it. Anyway, dinidesign natin yan, so kailangan ninyong isipin, ano ang solusyon sa problemang yan na doable and responsive to your needs. So that's what we need to do this afternoon. So meantime, nadaanan na natin lahat yung mga projects, very good yung problem identification. Ngayon ang tanong, paano natin ikakamada yan so that these projects can be done? And the only way to do that is to really come up with project plans. Yun ang gagawin natin after lunch.
We have an overarching parang program for us to fully implement the accessibility law. So for this one, we have a certain kumbaga building blocks for us to reach the program of implementing the law. So one is to multiply the workforce that will increase sensitivity to the needs of our PWDs, and then within that box, we need to train trainers who will train people for that. And then on the other box, sa light blue, it's an example of partnership and collaboration with other workforce or work multiplier like the NSTPs, our college students. And then, after doing so, we would need to, kapag trained na sila, they will be the ones who will help us to do our access audit on major roads per cities within Metro Manila. Kasi yung scope namin is sa buong Metro Manila, and then they will present the results of the access audit to the respective agencies who should be responsible for doing modifications and actions. And dito sa baba, they will just be employing the media for advocacies, for awareness campaign at sa pangangalampag. But this is just an overall picture. So, as for the project design that we did, we will focus first on training of trainers. So, as for that, we go up here. Yan. So, as for the TOT, our impact, of course, syempre yung implementation ng accessibility law. And then, for our indicator, at the very least, for the first year of implementing this project, we are targeting na 20% increase in infrastructure development for the implementation o pag nakita natin yung changes. So, for us to verify that is the post access audit. Siyempre, di ba, we will be having our initial access audit, and then for us to say that may difference na nangyari, you should have an post access audit. And the assumption or the risk for this is yung responsible agencies ay hindi gumawa ng action. So, hindi natin ma-reach yung desired impact. And then for the outcome, we want to train at least 40 trainers of PWD for conducting sensitivity to PWDs. Kasama sa sensitivity yung issue ng access audit. So, for our indicator, you should have 40 graduates of the training. And then for our MOV, will be the list of PWDs who have completed the training module. And the risk in this is for the inadequate number of participants, and that hindi lahat ng trainers na tinrain namin ay magpa-participate sa pag-roll out ng training. And then for further output, we would be looking for representatives from each of the PWD organization, PWD organization in each city in Metro Manila to become trainers. As of now, there are 13 PWD organizations. So we would tap those organizations for them to give representatives. But for us to do so, sa sa 1.1 activity that would answer that the first output would be development of criteria for selection of trainers, and then we should coordinate with the existing PWD organization of the LGU, and then to identify the leaders and trainers who will take part sa TOT. And then the indicators to your right would be, for the first activity, there should be a vetted criteria for selection, and that we should kailangan magpalabas ng criteria for selection. Tapos, but the danger in that is that yung 13 organizations will not arrive at a consensus on having the criteria. For the activities 1.2, there should be an appointment letters and meetings should be conducted. And then there should be a post-contact report ng meetings. Then risk would be conflict of schedules, kaya wala kaming meeting. And then you should identify the leaders and the trainers who will take part of the TOT for the 1.3 activity. There should be, after that, ma-identify na dapat yung leaders, and then if means of verification, there should be a list of confirmed participants for the TOT. And the danger is, for those confirmed, kasi di ba, hindi naman, these are volunteers. Kung at the end of the day, may nangyari na, ay, hindi ako makakapunta. We cannot parang pilitin sila, hindi, dapat magpunta ka. So, that's the risk in that. So, for the second output, or the second component of the project, there should be a consolidated and updated sensitivity modules, including access audit. Kasi nga, di ba, at the end of the day, we want to roll the project out in multiplying the workforce. So for the 2.1 activities, there should be a review of existing sensitivity modules, or the modules for doing the training, and that there should be a review of literature, meeting with the organizations or those who have conducted the training for themselves. O kasi sabi nila meron na silang ginagawang training na paunti-unti, ganon. Pero for the whole Metro Manila wide training, there should be consolidation of literature na gagamitin for training. And then there could be conflict of schedules. So development of the training design for the second activity. And then the third activity would be to develop the training module and the materials, and then the production. For the third component of the project would be the actual TOT. Uy, nawala. Wala kasi yung third. So, inventuhin ko na lang. Yung third activities ng third component namin will be the actual conduction of training. But as for that, we should first, coming from the point of view of IMN, so meron na dapat budget allocation, confirmed venue and schedule for the training, and then actual conduction of the training. And the risk would be walang budget, and then walang confirmed schedules, nagkabagyo, bumaha, ayan, so hindi nakapunta ang participant. So, pwedeng ganun.